How do you feel about the recent YouTube videos profiting off of people's r/Askreddit threads and personal experiences? Please subscribe, like and leave a comment. Much love to you all. Not gonna lie, I watch them sometimes because I prefer the format of them over actually scrolling through the threads on Reddit. But when I actually stop and think about it, the fact that they are making ad revenue off of other people's stories, sometimes very touchy and personal ones, is pretty fucked up. Videos like that take such little effort to make too, and there's other people who work their asses off trying to make decent content. I always feel guilty when I think about that, and I've started trying to avoid those videos as much as I can. I saw one the other day and the story was about child abuse. The YouTuber decided he would donate all the revenue of the video to child charity, which is nice. They're geniuses. Minimum effort, maximum profits. Lazy as fuck, and a pretty shitty thing to do, but I kind of wish I thought of it. They could do the talking instead of using text-to-speech programs. Yeah, that way it'd actually be more work, and if narrated well could also make it entertaining. I feel it's a 20/80 split. The amount of profit and notoriety they get off Reddit posts with such little effort on their part isn't worth the publicity the poster/commenter/site gets. It's pretty lame. It's been going on for a while with other platforms. BuzzFeed comes to mind. Reddit has a lot of really good concentrated content. I think this falls under Murphy's Law. Because someone can steal Reddit's content, someone will steal Reddit's content. Quick, somebody do a spy v spy gif of Reddit v user thief. It's amusing that Reddit by its nature and purpose exists to collate and repost content. But if anyone else does it, oh holy shit, this is an ethical lol. I'm pretty sure we are past that point. Reddit content has been used to determine what content people respond to, and then fabricate content based on that data. It's become a feedback loop, where I'm not always certain humans have had the majority influence. Like seriously. Sometimes you can just tell when a comment is a Markov chain, or whatever. I hate that. It's subtly ridiculous. And not just that, just people profiting off of other people's things in general. I bet if this thread gets big enough, someone will make a video on it. Honestly, I'm not asking, or specifically wanting, this post to blow up, but I think that it would be funny if it did. It seems that the top few posts of each day seem to be the ones that people steal, and I honestly wonder if people would have the balls to steal this question. You realize that's Reddit's entire business plan, don't you? Making money off of other people's content. This may be a somewhat unpopular opinion, but YouTubers are always going to run out of content to create, so of course they are going to look for other sources. Reddit is a somewhat anonymous social app and people are putting out their stories and experiences that they might not want to share if you could put a name to a face. I'm sure most people wouldn't share all these embarrassing memories if they knew that people that know them in real life might read it. Yes, it does suck that people are taking their stories and profiting, but why did you post in the first place? For karma? For attention? To feel special? To get anonymous approval from online strangers? This probably sounds hypocritical of me posting my opinion, but it is my honest opinion. Do whatever you like with it. I think you bring up a valid point. We're all posting on here for various reasons and enjoy the relative anonymity. However, the issue I find is that we chose to share our story with a specific community of people. I find that to be very different from someone sharing another person's story with an entirely separate community without asking the permission of the initial party. And while we profit theoretically with attention, upvotes, whatever you'd like to call it, oftentimes they are profiting monetarily. We chose to share our story with a specific community of people. The entire internet. Reddit is huge. I view anything posted on Reddit as being irrevocably out there in public view. Honestly, I'm not sure it's reasonable to view cross-posting a Reddit post to YouTube as an invasion of privacy. If something is already public, does making it public X2 really affect anything? I watch the occasional one. Yes, I think it is cheap of them, but I'm lazy and don't always want to keep scrolling until I find something I'm interested in when they compile it all and read it to me. I mostly watch things on petty revenge though. I'm alright with the ones that have an actual human reading the posts and providing their own input. At least they're contributing something. I think the ones with a robotic voice are just a cheap cash grab. There's no effort put into that. They aren't adding anything new. They're just taking our content and having a robotic voice Reddit. Honestly, I feel like it's stolen content. Just like you stole this post. I hadn't seen that post until just now, and even searched YouTube related posts before posting this. I'm sorry that somebody else didn't get the recognition that my post seems to be getting. I definitely think that the fact that we both asked basically the same question is very far from what we are talking about here. We had the same idea while we are talking about a story being taken and distributed for personal gain. That's fine. I just woke up and was a little salty that a similar post to the one I made had made its way to the front page overnight. But it sounds like it wasn't your fault. Sorry for overreacting a bit. I don't know why people watch those instead of just reading the original thread, since watching a video takes more time. They skip some good comments and don't add anything new. Still, pretty smart way to make money with little effort. I'll listen to the stories while in the car. Can't scroll through threads then. I guess that makes more sense then. I usually read stories while waiting in a busy place, so I can't really hear that well. As an animator that puts over 100 hours of elbow in a cartoon, I hate them. Oh hi, I used to watch your vids when I was in high school. I'm surprised no one has published a book ripped from Shower Thoughts as a collection of witty wisdom. I want my cut if you publish this. On my way to get it published as we speak. I just deleted my Reddit account the other day and glad that I did. It was several years old with a long post history. Some of the posts had personal stories or other details of my life. The only reason I posted things like that is because Reddit is an anonymous account not linked to me in any way, and I felt safe posting personal things. The only way anyone would be able to see those posts and read those stories was to search the post history of my Reddit username, and they would have to go through hundreds of posts, page by page, to find those personal ones. But now that I know that my posts could have been made into easily searchable YouTube videos with a narrator reading my story for the masses to see, I will not be sharing personal stories on Reddit. And it also angers me that they are profiting of my story. With the new account I created, I have been deleting all my old posts after a couple days and will continue to do that, leaving a minimal post history. I will never post personal info on Reddit again. I don't mean to be rude, but if you didn't want the masses to see all that, then why'd you post on a very public and popular platform like Reddit? Because on Reddit any personal story was just a post buried in hundreds of other replies to a post that will get also buried under new posts. Very little exposure over a short time. That a post remains new and afterwards it would take searching to find. On a YouTube video, that story is picked out of all the rest, highlighted with special attention in a short video which people will watch, narrated with a silly dramatic voice and music, with my username shown, all with much larger exposure. I started browsing Reddit cause of those vids. Not sub though, just watch them cause they're on recommended. I honestly did too, after a long break from the community. I didn't think that they were that bad until I started seeing ones that just retold people's personal stories. It feels wrong. It's completely ripping off Reddit, and I see the negative sides, but there's something soothing about that robotic British voice. Honestly, it's pretty clever. Using the amount of engagement a post gets on Reddit as a basis for videos proves there's already interest, makes chances of success higher. I would be fine with them if they did the talking instead of using the same TTS. I think that's one of my big pet peeves with it. They're all over the same thread with the same answers, and they all have the same voice. I just wish there was something special to them. Honestly, they're all the same channels, unless it's actual people with character and fun behind their personality. I say they're cool. But if they're the same old robotic text ones, they're a bit dull and repetitive. I used to watch them before I had my own Reddit account, but going to the actual subreddit is much more fun because you can read at your own speed and you can leave your own answers. Not going to lie though, I felt pretty cool when an r/Askreddit comment of mine came one of those channels. Not because I liked the channel, but because so many people have read it now. When you realize this will also be on YouTube, insert surprised Pikachu face. At least it'll be some kind of Inception thing. The YouTuber will have to put in the Inception horn if they show this comment, and that's probably too much effort for them.
Thanks for watching, subscribe for more.